In the summer of 2021, I spent 4 weeks exploring the towns, cities and countryside of Albania, searching for former communist infrastructure. Why? The communist regime of Albania built over 170,000 small bunkers during their reign, as well as numerous large-scale military projects. After the fall of the regime in 1991, most of this infrastructure was abandoned. Today, if you're willing to look for it, you can freely explore this previously secretive and classified military infrastructure. In this first video, I finally explore a large army base and tunnel complex in the mountains surrounding the capital of Albania, Tirana. We'll see some tunnels, an army barracks, some bunkers, a used condom, undertake some light looting, and find a communist monument. I'll talk more about why this infrastructure was built in the first place and the history of communist Albania later on. But for now, let's get straight into it. We shouldn't be too far now from actually being able to get into the undergrowth and start properly hunting for some communist bunkers. Let's get a little bit closer to the edge. You might be able to see something on top of that hill. There's a structure there that's standing up. I'm not sure what that is. It's possible it might be some kind of monument of some sort. But yeah, you can see Tirana down below there. And I've just turned to my left. I think we can see our first bit of military infrastructure. Here we go. Oh wow. You can see there's plenty of graffiti in here. So I'm not the first person to come in here. Any stretch. The imagination. Some kind of wire here. I don't know what that is. See that?
Të ndiqni dramën Maro Mokra, shkruar nga Rushdi Pulaha. Interpreton trupa teatrit Andon Zako Çayupi Korç.
Here's another bunker. Dead end one there. If we go into here, you can see the tiles on here. Little hole there into the next bunker. The tiling makes it look like it was designed to be more habitable for people rather than just equipment. And finally, here as well. And here we have more tiling. And these look like they were potentially sinks of some sort. Yeah, I think they were sinks. You can see the water there. The pipe, and then of course this pipe, which is hollow, and another dead end, another room. We're going to go walk back through the bunker. And the word psycho. Armed with only my mobile phone light, I decided not to enter this pitch black bunker. In video 2 of this series though, we'll go deep inside another bunker, this time with the torch bought for £2.80 from a fake goods market in Tirana. Probably to see a modern day car there. That is not a communist car, I can guarantee you that. And also there's a path that leads on up here. I don't know where this path, it's not where originally I was intending to go. But shall we have a quick look up here? Wow, oh my god, look at that. That looks like France to me. Like being in Provence. Absolutely stunning. It truly is. It almost looks like you've got wineries down there. So we've walked up that path a little bit more. The side of that mountain over there. Can you see those two entrances? There's one there put in the centre of the shot. Let's move across. I'll try and put the other one there. So yeah, more bunker infrastructure Got a butterfly. There you go. Not only bunkers, but also butterflies. Bunkers and butterflies. What more could you want? Up there, church spire, perhaps? A church spire? Where the f did I think I was? Chichester, England? And of course there is. Just made sense for the road to come round. Well, bunker entrance is there. And there's a bunker entrance there. Oh wow. Yeah, I've just seen something else to my left, which I'll show you in a second. But this is nice. Little bunker. Somebody's tried to do a little bit of art. Also some shit on the floor there as well. Not sure if that's human, looks a bit big to be human. This is what I saw to my left. And another one. That one looks very foreboding. Don't like the look of that one. So we'll head over to this one over here. It's nice to see that people are actually, you know, trying to reclaim this a little bit. Put some artwork and things in there. Again, trying not to step on the shit. And here as well. It's a little room, a little window. But again, to get the full feel of this, you've got to imagine it, I think. Without all of the being all overgrown as much as it is. I don't think it would have been quite like this at the time. There's a tradition in Albania, of, well, one use that people use for the bunkers often were to have sex in. There weren't really much use for anything else, to be honest with you, a lot of them. And here we find modern day evidence of that. Condom wrapper and a used condom. Doesn't look that old actually. Expires 2025. So that was relatively recently that somebody was up here and used a condom. I've heard that finding bunkers in Albania is ridiculously easy because there's just so many of them throughout the entire country, hundreds of thousands of them. I don't think it would be this easy. So we've just rounded the corner again, just a few seconds after showing you the condom. And what do we have here? Let's have a look, shall we? We'll get in here. I've only got shorts on. Out. There we go. Wow. Definitely people have been here in modern times, there's no doubt about that. See the water bottles, and it absolutely stinks. Self-hazard. And we see the wall falling down there. Now what are these? I don't know. Offices? Barracks, perhaps? All part of this big bunker complex that we've seen. ACAB. ACAB, of course, stands for all cops are or maybe they just really dislike cats. What's that? No Wi-Fi, no 5G, no arrows, apparently. No arrows allowed. Wow. Oh my God. Can you see that? So they look like valves. They are, well, yeah, bells, light bulbs, who knows what else. My God, they look original. So, that's not offices, not barracks, but relatively important military equipment. I can't see, so you're seeing what I can't see now. Hopefully it's good for you. Perhaps I should explain what valves are.
The vacuum tube is the fundamental element in all modern communication devices. Long-distance telephone, public address system, electric phonograph, sound motion picture, radar, radio transmitter, and radio receiver.
Before modern computing microchips, valves would be used in old computers, 50s, 60s, even into the 70s, to help, well, with computation, with calculation. I'm old enough to be aware of that. So I think we're going to walk up here, little hut there, walk up to this little hut, have a little sit down. Oh my, look at that. Wow, didn't build them till last, did they? Now that tells me I am not going inside that building, because I do not want the building to collapse on me. There are earthquakes in Albania, I'm aware of that. I might explain why that is like that. Whilst I eat my sandwich, let's take a quick look at the history here. The Communists came to power in Albania in 1946 after defeating both Mussolini's Italian fascists and subsequently the Nazi Germans in World War II. They were led by Enver Hoxha, who remained dictator of Albania until his death in 1985. The communist regime was overthrown by the Albanian people themselves in 1991. Bunker Izimi, the bunkerisation of Albania, began in 1967. The 170,000 small bunkers that were built was actually short of the regime's target of 220,000. The construction did not cease until 1986, after Hoxha had died. The population of Albania was only 2 to 3 million people over the time period of the bunker construction. In case of invasion, it was expected that the people of Albania would defend these bunkers themselves, and citizens were trained from the age of 12 to do so. Numerous large-scale military infrastructure was also built, including army barracks, airfields, submarine bases, numerous government nuclear bunkers, military-focused factories, even massive civilian bunkers able to protect the population of entire towns. Albania is said to have become the most tunnelled country in the world after North Korea. One estimate puts the value of all this military infrastructure, in modern terms, at $130 billion. Either directly or indirectly, the entire population of Albania was involved in the defence of the country. This militarisation of Albania was prioritised over food production. Perhaps surprisingly to Westerners, this military might wasn't built just to defend the country from the perceived threat of invasion from NATO countries, such as the US or the UK, but also other communist states. The history is convoluted, but in short, Hoxha, at least, saw potential invasion threats from the Soviet Union and Communist China, as well as his immediate neighbours of Yugoslavia and NATO member Greece. Hoxha is characterised as a paranoid dictator, and whilst you can understand from history why he perceived these threats, the characterisation is largely accurate. Hello, we're back. Had a sandwich. We've put the battery in the camera again. We're ready to go. Now, I think it seems kind of apt over this last little bit. Going to walk around with a can of Coca-Cola. It's kind of apt because Albanians, in the vast majority now, have obviously turned away from communism after it fell in the early 90s. I'm very much pro-America. So much so, in Tirana, there is a George W. Bush Street. When we walked through the park earlier, we went past the Woodruff Wilson Tennis School, and also down in Saranda there is a statue of Hillary Clinton. No less. Quite a strange choice. Let's have a look at that there. Eggs. Don't know what they are, but they are eggs. Ooh. Now, we're heading into the undergrowth because before I thought I saw a church. I guess it kind of is a church in a way, but it looks like some kind of monument to communism. It's the communist star on the top, you might be able to make out. realised I've not actually been showing my face at all, have I, whilst I've been doing this? Well, look, there I am, hello. There's the electrical substation again. I say that, it's a building with electrical wires that used to point to it. There's some fencing, which if I had more time, I might be tempted to walk across, but I am getting short of time. I don't really want to get stuck in the Communist Army base overnight. But look what we have here if we come up round here. Look at that. There we go. Communist monument on top of a hill overlooking Tirana. Now there were plenty of statues of Stalin and Enver Hoxha. The communist dictator of Albania. They all pretty much got pulled down when communism fell, and rightly so. But this bad boy, I can get it in shot, very much survived. Look at that, remarkable. On top of that hill there's also some more installations as well. That entire hillside there, that entire mountain, little mountain, is full of bunkers, has to be, from what I've seen today. Entrances on this side, entrances on the other side. The buildings here that support it, the electric over there, and this bad boy here. I think it's important at this point that I make it clear that this video is not an endorsement of communism. The Albanian people suffered greatly during the 45 years of communism they were subjected to, spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally, and many paid for it with their lives. My interest here is purely curiosity in the unique history of Albania and its people, not a glorification of an ideology and a regime that led to so much suffering for so many. I just really didn't expect to find so many bunkers so damn quickly. It's remarkable, really. It's really quite cool. Absolutely fantastic. So we're going to head back down now, and I will hopefully show you a little bit more of those buildings that we didn't see from the other side, just down there as well. And if I'm brave, we might even go in and take one of those valves as a souvenir. Right, we are back with our old friend, the fallen down house, well, building. Again, plenty of graffiti in here. Look at that. Full of shit again. Before I was saying it was horse shit. I don't think it is horse shit, I think it's goat shit. I guess it doesn't really matter what type of shit it is, does it? And here's the dangerous building that had fallen down. Have a quick look. Genuine old communist television set, no less. We all know the person who'd be proud of me to see that. Little hatches again. Just another little room. I am not going up those stairs. I'm kind of like a conservative urban explorer. In fact, I'm right. This has been hit by an earthquake. Look at that. Look at that there. That is not a natural shift in the building, if you like. That's been caused by an earthquake. So let's steer clear of that one. Look at this. Here we are. Here's the valve room. Oh wow. There you go. Shug Yuang electronic tube. So this stuff was being supplied by Communist China. Remarkable. I wish more of it was still intact. Old telephone there. I'm going to keep this. Oh, look at this. If that will focus, which it's not doing, but that says West Germany. Peking electronic tube. Another Peking electronic tube. There we go. That is an intact one. You can see that. You have to come with me, I'm afraid. A little tube. I make no apology for taking these items. The area had been heavily vandalised, and by liberating them, I've ensured their survival. And let's be honest, it wouldn't be very English of me to visit an historic site and not loot something. Little did I know though that these vows would result in my detention at the Albanian border. In short, the compact nature of my clothes in my packing cubes, combined with the numerous vows in my checked-in luggage, meant that on the luggage scanner, my backpack looked like it had a bomb in it. After a lengthy discussion and some intense questioning with an angry Albanian lady and a young policeman with his hand constantly on his gun, I was allowed to board my flight home and even got to keep the items. So some circuit boards as well. Very basic circuit boards. I'm trying not to step on things, I'm trying not to break things, but it's very difficult. Oh. I'll take another one of those. Okay. I think that is enough. Let's get out of here before the people that come and have their parties here return. Ooh. And that's the end of part one. One thing I realised editing this video is how I'd only really begun to scratch the surface of what was at this site. If you'd like to visit for yourself, check out the link in the description for directions and a map. In part 2, we'll go irresponsibly deep into the bunker tunnel complex attached to this base, armed with a cheap, unreliable torch. In part 3, we'll explore a genuinely important historic site from World War II and the impressive monument attached to it. But for now, that's your lot.